So welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. Here we're going to go ahead and go over the farm decks for Super Rex, excuse me, once again, because I went ahead and updated it because I didn't understand one thing. So when I built my deck, I had dueled him like a few times. He didn't do anything crazy. So I looked at his deck list online too. Apparently I overlooked like one or two combos that he has in his deck that can actually mess up Elements Unite. So the other deck that I built did function fine, but it won like, lost like 2 out of like 7 matches. This one's a little bit more consistent. But the thing is, this deck is virtually the same. What we did was we incorporated Ultimate Providence. Now what this does is it allows you to negate the activation of his trap cards. And primarily, Jurrac Impact is ridiculously good because when he has a monster on the field with, I think, 2,500 attack or less, he can literally nuke the entire field. So that card I didn't see happen. I didn't see him use it, so I didn't know a way around it. And sometimes his Dyno Beast can come out with like 3,800, 3,500 attack, so it can be very powerful that way too. But he uses alternative means, which are other traps, to be able to do that most of the time. If you want to incorporate a couple other traps in order to stop that, you can. Situationally, a card like Trap Jammer works fine here, but the same things I said in the previous video are basically the same here. I'm still running these guys because they're normal monsters. They're easy to sack off. No real reason to swap them out. You can put in any normal monsters in their place, though. In fact, I'm going to probably drop one because I got a Prismatic La Jin, so that's pretty cool, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that later. And then aside from that, you run the White Elephant's Gift. I incorporated a Shard of Greed. I don't like Shard of Greed because it's kind of too slow. What you can actually do is drop this and drop this and run some Good Goblin Housekeeping cards. Those function very well. You run three of those. So let's go ahead and put them in. I just now thought of that because also they serve as being trap cards. I love this card, to be honest, but they also serve as being traps that you can use for Ultimate Providence. Helps you get into the combos a little bit quicker as well because it allows you to decide what you want. So that'll probably be the most consistent deck for this that I was able to build. Now, I was asked to go ahead and build one for Unhappy Girl. I think Guns built one that was pretty good for that too. So if you want to use mine, you want to use his. Honestly, it's all about... Get out of here. It's all about... So if you want to use mine, you want to use his, that's fine. It's all about trying to build one that's consistent, that works best for you. So we're going to go into the duel replay. I'm not going to go into the full play-by-play like I did in the previous video because a lot of the same stuff remains true. A lot of times he just stays on the defensive with the Gate Guardian out. There was like one scenario where he has Solidarity out there. He can kind of get over Gate Guardian offensively or defensively, but most of the time you don't have to worry about that. That's like a super one-off scenario. But he does actually use Jurrac Impact in this duel. So that's one of the things that I wanted to save this for and show you guys because like I said, that card has the ability to literally destroy your entire field, and he can go for a win game scenario or mess up your entire farm where you barely win, and you're scraping the barrel from there. So like I said, he's going to play defensive the entire time. We're going to draw into our combos. Of course, we have the Maiden here. She's useless until we draw into the White Elephant's Gift. But if you have any other prismatic normal monsters, like I said, I have a Lejin. I'm going to put him in there. If you want to do that, you can. If you want to continue to use Wonder Wand instead of the White Elephant's Gift, you can do that too because they're still technically spellcasters. It's all about speeding up the deck, though. So we play White Elephant's Gift, draw into a couple of cards there. We do have the Ultimate Providence now, which is great. Now, Ultimate Providence requires you to have a trap card in your hand if you want to negate a trap card. So I love the Thunder Dragon Fusion combo because you get out a monster good enough for the Union Attack combo. Also, you get the Fusion bonus, and I have a Prismatic Polymerization, so it works great that way. Solidarity is the card that I said is really good at allowing him to get over your monsters sometimes. I'm just setting cards so I don't run out of like space, by the way. So now we're at a point where we're almost at the end game scenario. I flip this, trigger the White Elephant's Gift unless I have one face down, which I don't. I actually set a second one in case I wanted to negate a spell card that he plays, such as Solidarity, for example, but then I realized that basically every other spell on my deck I needed for the combo, so I never really used it. So that was kind of a dead drop-off. But we're going to get into the 2-card draw here. The monsters are literally only there for fodder to allow you to draw. I didn't need Shard of Greed anymore this late game, which is why I said the Goblin Housekeeping could be more useful. So this is actually an interesting combo. Spiritual Earth Art, Kurogane. Tribute 1 Earth monster, special summon 1 level 4 or lower Earth monster from your graveyard except the tributed monster. Now, I don't feel like that was... So what he did here was he had solidarity on the field. So with that, he could not activate the Jurrac impact right here. The monster's too strong. It's at 2,600. He needs one that has 2,500 maximum. So he sacks off this, pulls into and out from the graveyard in order to go into the combo. Watch this. That was literally a pro play. Or not. Maybe I misunderstood. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. With 2,500 attack. Oh, or more. Or more. My mistake. I read that as or less. So my mistake. So either way, he didn't have to do this. That was a wasted play, actually. He could have done that anyway. But that's what we did. So so this card allows him to control. If you control a dinosaur monster with 2,500 attack or more, destroy all cards in the field. So literally, Gate Guardian would get nuked here. But Ultimate Providence, by discarding the Ultimate Providence in my hand, we're able to negate that activation. And he only runs one, from my understanding. And that's about it. He's done. Even if you run more than one, you still have another Ultimate Providence. You should be good to go, especially if you incorporate more traps. It's the end of the duel. We go for the end game scenario. And this was a 9,000 farm. I'm going to show you guys that in a moment. So this is end game. He can't do anything here. He will trigger Hunting Instinct to bring out another monster, but Secret Pass doesn't care about that. And then double Union on the Gravekeeper for the game. Yeah, I got confused. I thought it was 2,500 or less. Forgive me, though. It's like 1 a.m. I record a lot at like 1 a.m., to be honest. So we went ahead and won. I'm going to show you guys the reward. Be back in just a second here. So we didn't get anything good to drop, but like I said, we still were able to pull off 9,200 farm points. So like I said, Guns Blazing did do a very good deck for this as well, if you guys want to check that out over on his channel. I don't think it uses the same build, but literally, like I said in the previous video, a lot of other decks function here well. Labyrinth Builder, a whole bunch of different scenarios. It's all about finding one that you feel works best for you. Anyways, have an awesome day. Thank you guys for the support. If you are new, please consider subscribing, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.